clear day, which is just about every day, you can actually see to the other side of the Salton Sea. And if it's a quiet night, you can actually hear the freight trains on the north side of the sea going down the tracks. I'm not exaggerating, it happens. Bertley, and I felt I was like on the low man on the totem pole. Well, they fooled me. They went to the low man. I was working in the court system, and I didn't want to come up here, but they basically told me, yeah, you're going. We don't care if you like it or not, you're going. You know, and it's all respectful talk. So I was looking for any excuse to be expelled from here. Because I was comfy. I have to admit it. I was comfy in the courthouse. I was working for two great judges. Both of them were teaching me off the side how to be a paralegal. I didn't like that idea, but it was working for me.
So what made you decide to start real estate in the Salton Sea?
I retired and I got bored. And I knew if I didn't stay active, I was going to become a vegetable.
So did you see a particular need for realtors in the area?
No, during my tenure up here as a deputy sheriff, there was only 2 real estate agents up here. And I retired and I went to work for AMPM for a friend who had just opened up a new store and needed some help. And I said, yeah, I'll come up there as long as you understand that I'm the first or second one that gets cut loose when things get mellowed out. She said, okay. Well, that lasted 3 years. And they decided they were going to promote me to a manager, and I says, no thank you. Oh, please, I'm quitting. I left. I didn't want the responsibility. I mean, it was a good gig. I just didn't want it. I was tired, retired. So I came back here, and I met a gentleman who was trying to do some development, and I want to say he kind of tricked me into becoming a real estate agent, and that was a good deal.
So how would you say your business has changed, or maybe in terms of clientele, in regards to the environmental impact of the Salton Sea? Do you see an increasing demand for people buying homes, or decrease, and what's that like?
It kind of comes in spurts, if I can use that term. There are times when things just seem to be totally out of control. Then there's times when you've got enough time to go out and bake a cake on the freeway, you know, without being bothered. So it comes in spurts. It's just like you get stuck with midterms at one time. You can't have the instructors spread them out. You know, they got to be all on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. And you got conflicting appointments on your midterms. I mean, you guys understand that. Yeah. But it's good, it's bad. It works both ways. There's times I can really sit back, relax. Then there's times I got to really hustle my fanny off.
And have any buyers expressed kind of like concern for the Salton Sea in terms of the environmental issues surrounding there, or does that affect their judgment at all, or do they know about it?
I'm going to say everybody that I've talked to that's planning on moving into the area has brought questions of that type up.
Would you say they're wary of it, or they're just curious?
Both.
And how do you reply to those questions?
I answer the questions most honestly and positively as I can without being pliant to them. I have no choice, because if I misrepresent something to them, I lose them as friends, future customers again. So I have to be honest with them. I have lost some people because of being truthful, but that goes with the turf. He just got up and walked out, and I don't really blame him. I had to be honest with him. 3 weeks later, he came back and tried to renegotiate the deal again, because he took time to verify some things. So, and I appreciated that a lot. If you don't verify it, you don't know for yourself. You get a separate, independent conclusion.
No, oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. And what, from analyzing like this environmental concept of what the area is going through, what is your perspective of it?
It's hard to subtract the myths, the untruths from the facts. I read 2 reports several years ago concerning the same subject, and they were both in left field, different portions of left field on what was really going on. In 2004, 2005, there was a real building boom going on nationwide, and this area was really going. And there was a major newspaper on the East Coast that published an article about the Salton Sea being contaminated with nuclear waste, and they showed a photograph, color photograph in their paper of the Salton Sea at night, glowing. And up in the corner of the picture, you could see the full moon. And my 4-year-old granddaughter, or my kindergarten granddaughter, says, "Grandpa, isn't that the moon reflecting on the water?" You know, I mean, you guys have seen it there on the coast. You know, really, it's really pretty. But they had really distorted the facts.
So what do you see as the future for your business?
It's kind of hard to predict. When President Obama came in, we had a big slowdown. People were concerned how the economy was going to go. And it took a while to recover, and it started to recover. And then when Mr. Trump threw his hat in the ring and got elected, we've seen that slump. Myself, I think it's too early to make any prediction as to which way it's going to go. And we also saw the same thing with previous presidents. It would slop off because people don't know what the future is going to be. They want to see how things are going to work out before they jump.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
if I were to say a potential client, so I
Okay.
came in here and I'm like, I'm looking for a 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom, there we go, a 3-bedroom home
Mhm.
for me and my 2 dogs. They each get a room. How would you pitch me a home here?
I have a real nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a fence, RV gate, corner lot. He's asking $125 for it. And the flooring is, the kitchen's tiled, the bedrooms are carpeted, and the other rooms, the front room, the hallway, or you have a sort of a wood laminate, be perfect for you. Plus you can sit in your window in your easy chair with